WVTM 13 News begins with breaking news.
We continue our coverage of breaking news. The family of Jabari Peoples just watched that tragic video showing the moment a Homewood officer shot and killed her loved one.
Yeah, and late breaking details right now. The district attorney says there will be no criminal charges against the officer who fired the shot.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Brittany Decker.
And I'm Jarvis Robertson. Just moments ago, the Peoples family, along with attorney Ben Crump, they spoke to the media to describe what they saw during the viewing of the officer's body cam footage.
An officer pulled the trigger at the teen. Police say the officer was arresting him for marijuana and describing a struggle with the teen, eventually trying to grab a gun. Today, People's relatives got to see that video for themselves. What police say was true. We have team coverage for you this afternoon. Let's get right over to WVTM 13's Lisa Crane.
Yeah, Jabari Peoples' family has been fighting now for 6 weeks to see this body cam footage. Today, they say they are disappointed that they were only allowed to view such a small portion of that video evidence, but they say this is a step towards transparency. There is still, though, a long way to go, according to the attorneys. Now, we were here at the Jefferson County Criminal Justice Building when the family and their attorneys arrived. They gathered in the circle to pray before going inside, but before they had a chance to view the short video, District Attorney Danny Carr released a statement saying the case is closed and the officer who shot and killed the 18-year-old would not be charged. They say the shooting was justified. Jabari's family did not watch the video. It would have been too difficult. I should say his parents didn't watch the video. It's going to be too difficult for them, but his sister did view it. Here's her reaction to what she saw.
My brother was afraid. He was scared. He was running for his life. Even to the point where he was shot in the back. He was telling the officer, "Sir, I promise, I'm not trying to resist. This is my cell phone. This is my phone." This is what my brother said.
Now, civil rights attorney Ben Crump says just because the DA says this case is closed does not mean it is over for them. They're going to continue to push for full transparency. They want to see all the video. They also want to see it unedited, and they want to see other evidence too, including the bullet, and they want to do their own analysis on that evidence.
The family is grateful to get this little bit of transparency, but what we want is full transparency. We can tell 3 things from the video that we have been able to see that was provided to the district attorney by Leah. And that is, number 1, that Jabari Peoples was shot in the back. Number 2, that Jabari Peoples was shot running away. And number 3, Jabari Peoples never pointed anything at the police officer. We know those 3 things. We also know that he was roughed up, that there was more to this interaction than what has been provided.
Now, the big question and a point of contention here between the witness and the police is whether Jabari Peoples had a gun. After seeing the video today, the attorneys say they're really no closer to knowing the truth there. In the video, officials had slowed it down and circled what they claim was a gun, but the attorneys for the Peoples family say they're not sure exactly what it is.
What I gathered from what we saw today left me with more questions than answers. Why it took this long is a problem. We've always been fighting and arguing for transparency. It doesn't make sense to drag a family through this for this length of time. Did we get a step closer to transparency? Maybe, but we got a long way to go.
Aaron Llewellyn joins me now live, and I can imagine how difficult it must have been for his sister to watch this video of her brother's final moments. Very emotional for them, and I know you talked to DA Danny Carr before they actually finished viewing the video.
Yeah, we did, and it was just difficult listening to what he had to say and listening to the family's reaction to what happened to the video. You know that they were very emotional. Just a difficult moment for the family to see those final moments of what led up to Jabari Peoples being killed. So what we know is that, I mean, it's just a tough situation all around. Danny Carr said that he saw a good kid who just made a mistake. Now, I did ask him whether or not that video showed if he had a gun. We know that Homewood Police said that from the beginning, Jabari Peoples did have a gun, and they even said that when he was shot, he fell to the ground with the gun in his hand. And so I asked Danny Carr if that's what he saw in the video today, and he said that that is what he saw. So it's just a difficult situation all around, and the family, of course, like you said, still has answers and questions that they want the answers to. But he said that Danny Carr said that he did want to make sure that he could give the family some sort of closure in their pursuit for justice.
I'm one of those people that believe that if the family wants to see it, regardless of what we've ruled, that they have a right to view it and know the truth. And those are very difficult. The family was emotional, as we can imagine. I spoke with them before, and I told them they had a right to be emotional. I'm not here to tell them how to respond, but I am here to give them the truth. And we did our best to do that.
So again, just a difficult situation all around for everyone involved. So we'll have more from the family later, and more from Danny Carr later as well, and even Black Lives Matter. We talked to them as well about what their reaction is to this kind of, I guess, wrapping up here. But again, like you said, this is just one step in this pursuit for justice.
Absolutely. I think this is going to have a long way to go in this case. Now, WVTM 13 has requested that video from the city of Homewood as well. We haven't gotten an answer yet from that request that we made in June, but we're going to keep pushing for it, and we will keep you posted.